being a seductress and influencing people with your energy. We're going to be talking about how to get more out of life, how to flirt with life. And that can be with people, obviously, but it can also be opportunities, experiences, your career, money, really anything and everything. Today, specifically, we're going to talk about people. So when we hear the word seductive, oftentimes that comes with some undertones of manipulation, when that's not necessarily what it is. Like I said, I like to quantify it more of influencing people with your energy, and some archetypes that have helped me embody that is the sorceress and the enchantress. If you're into magical, whimsical realms, it's almost like a character that you can step into when you feel the timing is right, like when you're engaging in conversations that you are enjoying. Okay, because I'm going to give a little bit of backstory as well. That's not energy that I have always felt safe to be in. Like, there was a time in my life where I was hiding, and I wouldn't even say hiding those facets of me, but I just wasn't bringing them to the forefront because I had a lot of trauma that I needed to be healed around being a woman and being overly sexualized, things that had happened to me in childhood that still needed some healing around, so that way I felt safe in my body to shift into that energy. Now, I do want to say, I don't like being sexualized. I just don't, unless it's like in the right context, right? And that's not even the right terminology in that point. Like, honored and celebrated and revered as a goddess, or however you like to refer to yourself. So when I'm so when I'm conversating with someone, I decide how I want the interaction to go based off of my energy. I'm not trying to prove anything to them. I don't care if they like me or not. I am showing up authentically as me and letting the cards fall where they may. Okay, now I will say that I am the type of person now that I've worked on this, where when I go out in public, I have blinders on to anything that I don't prefer. A safety trauma response that we can carry over from childhood is being overly aware of what other people got going on in their fields. It's like we have to pay super special attention to who is angry and frustrated or sad because we had to learn how to regulate other people's moods. And that is so incredibly depleting of your own energy because you're so outwardly focused. I worked on healing those things within, and I focus on me. How do I feel walking into this space? Am I comfortable? I don't care what other people got going on. It's me and my own auric fields. One of the things that helped me get here was decentering men. Okay, that's a whole thing. It's a whole other video. Okay, and I'm not saying that I don't like men. I'm just saying my awareness is not on them. Like, I'm really for the girlies. Okay, like, I am focusing my attention on people that have positive energy fields, and men can have those too. Okay, but positive energy fields. You can tell that they enjoy life, that they're more optimistic, that they are creative. Those are the people that are on my radar, and I don't see anything else. I don't pay energy and attention to it, and so I only get what I prefer. And in doing that, I magnetize people to me like wild. Several of my friends, when they're out and about with me, they're like, oh my God, so many people come up to you and compliment you and start conversations with you. And it's because I'm incredibly magnetic. It's not something that I'm purposely doing, but it is a curation of my persona over these years. Of, if you meet these expectations, and you got to check your own expectations of self as well, but if you meet these expectations, you are invited to come into my fields. And then if there is something that's kind of wonky donkey in this interaction, I pull all of my energy back in because I know how valuable that is. When you are in a conversation with me, I'm going to make you feel great. Okay, that is that seduction energy, that sorceress, enchantress of, I'm going to make you feel so good about yourself. Not from a manipulation standpoint, because that feels good. We like for people to highlight the best facets of us and compliment us and make us feel like we're kind of plugging back into the vibrancy of life, the color of life. I ask incredibly dynamic questions because I genuinely care. If I'm going to be conversating with you, I want to know the depths of your soul, and I get to that very quickly. I don't do all this fluffy stuff. Okay, that might also be the neurodivergency. I'm going straight in. I am maintaining very intense eye contact. That's part of the tism. My grandfather who raised me said it's really important that you look people in their eyes when they're talking. And sometimes neurodivergent people take that a little too far because you're like, it doesn't always mean that you have to stare like at them 1000%. It's just, I'm pointing my energy and attention awareness at you. But I do tend to utilize my eyes a lot to showcase to someone, I am intentionally listening to you, and it is just you and me right now. All of this other stuff out here, like, they really forget about that, and so do I. I'm like, we're in this sphere together right now. Even if it's just 2 seconds. I was just at the gas station, and there was a woman that was at the checkout, and she had this bracelet on that caught my attention, and it had a protection eye on it. I said, "Oh, I absolutely love your bracelet. It is beautiful." And she said, "Oh, thank you." She said, "I actually just got it today." And I said, "Oh, really?" And she said, "Yeah, my manager makes them." And she asked if I wanted one. And I said, "Well, that was a good choice." She said, "It looks really good on you." I could tell that just really sparked her day, right? And kind of rejuvenated her, because I'm sure that there's people like shuffling in and out constantly in this gas station. It's just a momentary sense of humanity, engagement, relief. Again, just bringing a smile to their face so they feel more energized. When I am in conversations with people like that, I'm giving my energy. I'm pouring it into them, life force energy. However, if someone is exhibiting behaviors that I do not like, whether that is the way that they are speaking to me, or if they are sexualizing me, or if they say something off the cuff and I'm like, I pull that energy back into myself, and I'm like, okay, it's almost like this barrier comes up around me because I'm not going to entertain that. Right? Because I'm focused on what I prefer. I don't dig in with people further if it's something that is irritating my soul. And that is a great way to redirect people towards participating in unity consciousness. You come at me with good vibes, I'm going to give you excellent vibes. Okay, and then we can have all this thriving life force energy together. But if not, and sometimes that's very off-putting to other people. I don't care. Like, I'm just not going to participate in all this negativity, right? I can go find somebody that is a beautiful ray of sunshine and is super excited about life and pouring love into the world, and go conversate with them instead. Okay, so I got to keep it pushing and moving. I'm not entertaining something that I am not enjoying myself. I also choose who to be fun and flirty and whimsical and just very enchanting with. Like, that's something I can turn on if that person is reciprocating, especially if they are paying me compliments. I'm not doing it to receive compliments, if that makes sense, but I am also giving compliments. So that needs to be an equal energy exchange. And if somebody gives that to me, I will turn that energy all the way up. Okay, I am very good at that. I'm going to make you feel like a rock star if you're doing that for me too. Okay, this is going to be a co-collaborative experience that we're both going to walk away from feeling absolutely amazing. And nothing has to come out of it necessarily. Like, I have a lot of conversations with people like this where we just go about our day, but both of us are going to feel so much more energized moving forward and see life in a brighter lens of like, oh, like, this This is what life is about, okay? The vibrancy, that influencing people with your energy in a positive way. So I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments if this helps shift your perspectives. Remember to check out my coaching, meditations, and activations in my bio, and I'm wishing you the absolute most magical day.